now at 5:30, new details into this week's deadly crash near Baraboo and the toll it's taking on that community. And making a deal. President Biden wraps up his time at the G20 summit and claims a major win for the U.S. That's all coming up at 5:30. We start with a tragic update tonight in a story that we've been following since Friday. A third person has died as the result of a car crash near Baraboo. And the area school district is telling us that all 5 people who were in that car were either current or former students in the Baraboo school district. Tahalil Mahodin was in Baraboo today, where the high school is giving the community a chance to mourn together.
School officials say they know for those affected by this tragedy, recovery is going to take some time. For them, today was about starting the healing process. Baraboo High School Stadium was open to students, staff, and members of the community this afternoon to remember the 3 lives lost. Those gathered shared stories, flew balloons, and found strength in one another.
A slogan that we have here, and that's always onward, right? And with that slogan, it also means pulling together, being a community, supporting each other in good times and in bad times.
The district superintendent says 2 people who were in that car are still recovering tonight. They aren't identifying those 2 students or the 3 victims of the crash. District officials say they'll leave that up to Sauk County Sheriff's Office. Representatives from the Sheriff's Office say they'll provide another update into this crash tomorrow morning.
Thank you so much. A 34-year-old Fort Atkinson man died yesterday in a crash near Milton. The Rock County Sheriff's Office says this happened yesterday afternoon on State Highway 26. Officials say the man didn't stop when a truck was turning into a driveway and was rear-ended. The northbound lane was closed for about 5 hours during the investigation. And a 61-year-old man is fighting for his life after his plane crashed near a golf course last night in Waukesha County. It's the 2nd crash in the county in the last 2 weeks. Authorities say the plane hit the power line, cutting off power to almost 100 homes in Waukesha County. The pilot's current condition is still not known. It was a busy Saturday night in downtown Madison, but no one got arrested. Madison police say 42 people did receive citations last night, but no one was taken into custody. Hundreds of people were downtown celebrating Halloween, of course, and also UW-Madison's homecoming this weekend. Officers say citations included underage drinking on the street or on the sidewalk, and public urination. Well, there's still time for your kids to go trick-or-treating tonight. In Sun Prairie, trick-or-treating runs until 7 o'clock, and in Middleton until 8. There are no times that are currently official in Madison tonight. And you can find the latest trick-or-treating hours in your community by downloading our Channel 3000 News app. It's free and available in the App Store. Well, it is a perfect day outside, and meteorologist Austin Kopninski joins us now with your certified most accurate forecast.
Yeah, very seasonable day that we've seen here so far today. Very average, but hey, we can't ask for much more on a holiday like today. Halloween, lots of people out and about. Lots of people were out this weekend, and we couldn't have asked for a better forecast. But Thursday and Friday, we did see quite a bit of some rainfall, so I'd say we've earned the sunshine that we saw here these last few days. 48 degrees right now outside, so it's not too warm, but also not too chilly by any means. Doppler track looking pretty good right now, as we are going to stay dry here for the rest of the night and for the rest of the forecast even. We really don't have many, if any, rain chances that we're really looking at right now. Current temperatures, however, still in those upper 40s. Most of us did get trapped in the upper 40s, and we're going to see a lot of 40s here for high temperatures over this next week, so do keep that in mind. Then you take a look at our wind speeds. It is a little bit breezy as of right now. Over the next few hours, we are expecting those breezes to calm down, but between around 5 and 15 miles per hour shouldn't cause too many issues here and there. But tonight, 30 degrees for that low. So after the sun sets, we are going to see those temperatures falling down into the upper 30s here at the end of trick-or-treating times, lower 30s by the end of the night, and even some upper 20s. But what does that mean here for the rest of our week in terms of temperatures? I will have a look at your extended forecast a little bit later on.
Thanks so much, Austin. Now check this out. Dozens of pups are in the Halloween spirit in the doggy costume contest today at Wisconsin Brewing Company in Verona. Humans were also highly encouraged to dress up, and we're going to check out some kids in our area celebrating Halloween tonight at 10. We have breaking news tonight. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki has tested positive for COVID-19. She says several members of her household also have the virus. Psaki last saw President Biden on Tuesday as they were both outside and they were also both masked up. Meanwhile, the president is wrapping up his weekend at the G20 summit in Rome, but the White House hasn't said what Psaki's positive test might mean for the rest of the trip in Europe. CBS News' Tom Hansen recaps a day of compromise among some of the world's most powerful leaders.
On the summit's final day, G20 leaders tossed coins into Rome's iconic Trevi Fountain, then got back to business.
What we've seen again here in Rome, what I think is the power of America showing up.
President Biden unveiled details of an agreement with the European Union to reduce Trump administration tariffs on steel and aluminum.
It ensures strong and competitive U.S. steel industry for decades to come and creates good-paying union jobs at home.
The president also called on world leaders to help ease supply chain problems, causing backlogs on everything from cars to computer chips.
I'm allocating additional funding to help American partners, as well as the United States, cut port congestion by slashing red tape.
In its final communique, the G20 said it's committed to the Paris Agreement goals on curbing rising global temperatures.
Some of us are asking why we moved our goalpost from 2 degrees to 1.5 degrees. Why? Because science says so.
Britain's Prince Charles, a longtime environmental advocate, said action against climate change can't wait.
The planet's health today will dictate the health, happiness and the economic prosperity of generations to come. Hence, our overwhelming responsibility to generations yet unborn.
President Biden and others meet in Scotland Monday for the UN Climate Change Conference. The president had hoped Democrats back home would have already reached an agreement on his $1.75 trillion climate and social spending plan. Tom Hansen, CBS News.
The U.S. and EU also set 2050 as their deadline for reaching net zero emissions. China, Russia, Saudi Arabia are aiming for 2060. Well, talking about maps and the people who draw them might not be everyone's favorite idea of good TV, but the maps we're talking about tonight dictate politics in Wisconsin and the policies that shape your everyday life. Tonight at 10, we'll be breaking down Wisconsin Republicans' new maps for the state legislature and congressional seats and scores of people showing up at the Capitol to protest them. And you're going to learn why at the end of the day, this is almost certainly going to end up in the courts.
Well, the Constitution does put redistricting in the hands of the legislature, and then of course the governor has to sign it. So by its very design, redistricting, whether good or bad, is a partisan process.
Again, you can catch this special News 3 Now investigation on the state of redistricting right here in Wisconsin tonight at 10. And beginning tomorrow, you can now expect complete coverage of the news on News 3 Now and Channel3000.com when the jury selection begins in the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse. Remember, he's the 18-year-old Illinois man accused of killing 2 people and wounding a third during a protest in Kenosha last year. Rittenhouse was 17 at the time, and he faces multiple charges, including 2 homicide counts. The trial is expected to last 2 to 3 weeks. New tonight in vaccine news, Moderna says it might not be able to apply for emergency use authorization in people under the age of 18 until January. The vaccine maker says the FDA needs more time to review its shot in children and teens aged 12 to 17. The FDA is reportedly looking into a risk of heart inflammation in the vaccine for those groups. Well, still ahead at 5:30, Austin's going to have your 10-day forecast. And if you haven't checked out the Tariffs chairs this year, well, you should consider a trip this week. Plus, forget about those paddles. These witches are bringing brooms. We're going to have highlights from more Halloween celebrations in Madison after the break.
llamada nada más.
Isang tawag, ganyan lang.
مكالمة واحدة, هذا كل شيء.
Ci vuole solo una chiamata.
Halmar nasawa.
No matter how you say it, it's always one call, that's all.
worked at Huffcore for the last 36 years.
Huffcore closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just a cold. If you have high blood pressure, a cold is not just a cold. Unlike other cold medicines, Coracetin provides powerful cold relief without raising your blood pressure. Be there for life's best moments with Coracetin, now in sugar-free liquid.
Celebrating 40 years of winners and readers. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Edgewater. Sample food and drinks, enjoy music, and meet some of this year's winners. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th at the Edgewater. Tickets are online now. Presenting sponsor, Willershine Winery and Distillery. And supporting sponsors, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and Beef Butter Barbecue.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Gruber Law Offices has been fighting and winning for people injured by big trucks for more than 30 years. One call, that's all.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5:30.
Okay, we have a reminder for you as this week is your last chance to check out the UW Memorial Union Terrace chairs this year. The union says the chairs will be put away sometime this week and they won't be coming back out until next spring. The chairs made their return for everyone this year after only being available to UW staff, faculty, and students, as well as union members in 2020. Well, new at 5:30 tonight, all month long, we've been spotlighting small business owners as part of Women's Small Business Month. And tonight, we end the series with a story of redemption. Christina Laurie has more.
Carmel Jackson's dreams came true about a decade ago when she opened her very first restaurant off the Beltline. After 5 years, that business inevitably closed. But what some business owners may view as a failure, Carmel used as fuel.
Once we had the restaurant and we closed, it was just like devastating to some people.
Carmel included. 6 years after closing her sometimes hard to find Melly Mel's restaurant in the basement of the Genesis Center on Madison's south side.
The newspaper used to say hard place to find, but worth the search.
The local chef turned caterer is preparing for her comeback, and her customers are too.
Where can we get your food permanently? Where can we get your food every day?
Carmel is one of 5 business owners who's already earned a permanent place at the Madison Public Market and a $19,000 grant as part of the Market Ready program to give people of color a chance to vend.
We're going to do hot food. We're going to do the heat and eat so it's cold. You can take it with you and heat it up when you get home from work.
While the market is still 2 years out from opening, Carmel's catering company is keeping her busy.
I introduced cabbage and kale and people are like, oh my God, that's so good. You know, so when I do vending outside, I try to throw something different in there.
And keeping customers clamoring for the classics like fried chicken and mac and cheese.
It would be just such a blessing that we could be open every day and people can come get their food, my food at their leisure.
And we've been sharing the stories of some amazing local women all month long as part of National Women's Small Business Month. You can find all of those stories and read or watch them up on our website, channel3000.com. Reporting in Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
Well, we've got a stretch of dry weather coming this week, but when's the next chance for a warm-up? Austin's going to have that answer right after the break.
Monday morning, social media can be a great tool for solving consumer issues.
But success is all in the approach. We've got tips to get the very best results.
And we are tracking some cold as we open up the month of November. That's Monday morning from 4:30 to 7.
Black November starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 40% off top brand appliances while they last. Plus special no-interest financing on appliances with no minimum purchase. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community, and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers get paid training to keep the power flowing, engines running, and supplies moving. Army National Guard soldiers are learning skills that can set them up for success with companies looking to hire the best.
The Army National Guard basically built my resume for me.
Find out how you can learn a trade and serve part-time for your community and country by visiting nationalguard.com.
The grand opening of Furniture and Appliance Mart in Madison is Friday, November 5th at 10 a.m. Located next to Best Buy on East Springs Drive, the all-new store will feature the area's best selection of new styles, custom furniture, design center, and appliances. Join us at East Springs Drive on Friday, November 5th.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Folks, you know it's Halloween with this next story as a bunch of costume witches paddle down the Yahara River today. The paddle takes place each year to celebrate, of course, Halloween. Dozens of witches donned their hats, hopped on their paddle boards, and enjoyed a nice fall day. Organizers say you don't have to believe in witchcraft to join in on the fun.
It started as a small group, but we would love for as many people to participate as want. But, you know, every year we're kind of figuring out how best to organize it. It's not an exclusive group at all.
What an awesome day. This is the third year of the paddle. And Austin, I don't know. I think we both probably could have handled our own out there. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, and you know, I would say it's still okay to go paddle boarding like that. You know, someone tried to go ice fishing a few weeks ago, and that didn't pan out too well. So please, again, stay off the ice. But hey, it's Halloween, and it is a nice one. No rain chances in our forecast. We are going to cool things down here next week. High temperatures only reaching those middle 40s, even as soon as tomorrow. But a Halloween treat that we actually saw here for today. If you haven't gone trick-or-treating yet, and I know it's a lot of us, the sun is just starting to set right now, it's still looking pretty good here. The forecast looking great, but again, these temperatures will cool down here. By around 9 p.m., we're likely going to be in those upper 30s. A little bit breezy to start. Those winds should slowly die down throughout your time out tonight. Now, our Doppler track looks great. We locally are looking fantastic and dry for the next 7 to 10 days, but take a look up north here. Our neighbors just to the north seeing a few flurries and even some lighter snow showers. And this isn't even too far away. We are again going to stay dry here throughout these next 7 to 10 days, but it's just pretty interesting to look at here that just up to our north, a few snowflakes are already starting to fall. But taking a look at our future track, again, no rain or snow in the forecast, but we are looking at temperatures falling down into the upper 20s and even low 30s here by the time we reach tomorrow morning. It's going to be a chilly start, but towards the afternoon, we warm back up into those middle 40s. Now, we are going to stay dry for quite an extended period of time. Our models are just continuing to show dry conditions, dry conditions, dry conditions. But now we're starting to track average temperatures near the end of our forecast after a pretty decent cool down. High temperatures throughout this next week only going to reach those lower to mid 40s. So a little bit cooler than average, but hey, with no rain chances, an overall fantastic forecast, I would say. And hey, by the time we reach next weekend, those temperatures rebound to the upper 40s and low 50s. And by that time, it's going to be right around average, possibly actually a little bit above average. But this next week, it is going to be a bit chilly. And that's really the only changes that we're actually looking here at this forecast.
Austin, this next question has nothing to do with the weather.
Okay.
But I'm curious, everyone had a go-to costume when they were a kid. What was yours?
Ooh, go-to costume. You know, I would actually say, honestly, pirate. I always loved being a pirate, and then Pirates of the Caribbean came out when I was young, and oh my gosh, there was just no turning back after that, man.
I was going to say, once Johnny Depp put out that performance, I mean, pirate every year.
Yep, how could you not? It was such a good movie. I actually recently rewatched those. Highly recommend. They still hold up today.
I totally agree.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Austin, weather and movie connoisseur. Next at 5:30, about 25,000 house fires and 300 deaths are attributed to space heaters of all things each year. The experts at Consumer Reports have some suggestions on how you can find a safer heater before the winter gets underway.
When it's chilly, a space heater can provide a little extra warmth, but they can also be dangerous. Statistics show space heaters are involved in 1/3 of all home heating fires, so safety matters.
We run a series of safety tests to identify heaters that may pose a burn risk. The safest space heaters turn off automatically if they become too hot or if they're knocked over.
And does the heater have the potential to ignite flammable fabrics? This test checks for that and assigns a poor rating if the heater ignites cotton fabrics on its hottest setting. CR says choosing the right space heater for your home comes down to what you want your space heater to do.
You need to consider whether you're just trying to warm yourself up or whether you're trying to heat an entire room. Our tests show that not all models can do both.
This mannequin is equipped with 4 temperature sensors to record and measure how well a heater can spot heat. And in this chamber, testers assess how well a heater can warm up a standard-size room. This Vornado scores excellent for spot heating and passes CR's safety tests with flying colors. If you want to heat a whole room and yourself, this Comfort Zone delivers. It earns an excellent rating in CR's fire safety test. However, it's hotter to the touch compared to other models. Still, it's a CR Best Buy at $50. If you have kids or pets and you're concerned about hotter surfaces, CR says this Lasco bladeless tower is a good alternative for $100. It does well at safely heating a room as well as spot heating. And a few safety tips. Never use extension cords with portable space heaters. And keep your heater on the floor at least 3 feet away from anything that can burn. This is Teresa Panetta.
Well, you can find out more tips and tricks up on Consumer Reports' website. Coming up next, the Badgers women are back on the hardwood. We're going to have highlights from their exhibition against Oshkosh next in sports.
You wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's power swabs. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. And since you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The power swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
It's so simple and easy. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and I noticed that they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used power swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on and immediately you start seeing it working.
It only takes 5-minute applications to get a brighter, whiter smile with power swabs. You just snap, swab, and smile. Power swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my power swabs and eliminate the staining.
When I use the power swabs, I applied it directly to my front tooth where the coffee stain was.
I like being able to individually get the teeth, and most importantly, it got kind of in between the grooves.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not really seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth today by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team for your most accurate forecast.
It's go time
time for Wisconsin women's basketball. The Badgers hit the hardwood earlier for an exhibition game with Oshkosh. A healthy dose of game action before the season begins and a chance to show off all the changes the program had this offseason. Well, now from the start, the Titans putting up a tough front, but Sydney Hillier, she works around it. She just gets the ball to Katie Nelson. She cashes in for 3 and Wisconsin regains the lead. Well, Oshkosh sticking close on the scoreboard and on the court. Hilliard fakes out not 1, but 2 Titans, almost loses it, but she settles in and shoots her shot, 2 of her 13 on the day. Wisconsin continues to pick up steam throughout the game. They win at 81-47. Now let's check in with some Badgers in the NFL. Jonathan Taylor having himself a day. Ties the Titans and Colton's game up late in the 4th quarter. That's his 6th rushing score of the season. The game heads to overtime where the Titans win off a field goal. Taylor finishes with 70 yards on 16 carries and 1 tutty. Well, no Packer football today, but the other NFC North teams, they're in action. The Bears hosting the 49ers. They fall 33-22. They're now 3-5 on the season. Lions also at home, hosting the Eagles. They lose 44-6, marking their 8th straight loss. Vikings are gearing up for their primetime matchup with the Cowboys. From a brutal Week 1 loss to back-to-back wins over top 25 teams, it's been quite the journey for Wisconsin football this season. The Badgers are fresh off the upset of 9th-ranked Iowa, a game that has been on the team's mind all season long, just wanting to avenge that loss from last year, and they were able to do it. They did it at home on homecoming weekend, and with all wins feel great, but this one is being held in high regard.
It's every time you lose a game, it's really tough. And every time you win a game against someone like Iowa, who always brings it, who's always someone who's going to be, who's really good at football. They got a great O-line. They got great people all around. So to be able to beat a team like that it feels really good.
I'm sure, no doubt, that it feels really good to get that win.
Yeah, I was going to say, and for Paul Chryst, too, he went from, what was it, 3 years, almost 3 years without beating a top 25 team to 2 in 2 weeks. That's pretty darn good.
Exactly, and like the one stat that I pointed out yesterday was that it was their first time beating a top 10 opponent since 2019. So, I mean, it's just got to feel great all the way around.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Jordan. We're going to be right back with weather.
Get hurt in an accident, do you know who to call?
Call Gruber Law Offices.
Everybody knows that.
The call and consultation are always free.
Hurt in an accident?
Everybody knows you call Gruber Law Offices.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Bro, one more time.
Where's the drip? Let 'em cut from a different come to my coming to the lake. Jif peanut butter.
That flow crazy. It's that jiffing good. Ludacris changed his flow for it.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just a cold.
If you have high blood pressure, a cold is not just a cold. Unlike other cold medicines, Coracetin provides powerful cold relief without raising your blood pressure. Be there for life's best moments with Coracetin, now in sugar-free liquid.
That won't keep you up at night, Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the Veterans Day sale, check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm. Easy on the wallet for only $299.99. Shop our Doctor's Choice lineup and save up to $100. Or purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 gift. Plus 5 years no interest financing and free shipping right to your door. Say goodbye to sleepless nights and shop Denver Mattress today. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Gruber Law Offices has been fighting and winning for people injured by big trucks for more than 30 years. One call, that's all.
That.
It is Halloween, of course, which means it's a perfect excuse to dress up those furry friends. We asked for some pictures of your pets in their costumes on Channel 3000's Facebook page, and boy, you guys did not disappoint. You can check out all of these pictures and more right now on that Facebook page. Well, that's all we have for this newscast. Austin, weather looks perfect, right?
It does.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you.